Hello and welcome to our climax of a weekend for Halloween. And yes, I use climax on purpose because I'm that kind of person.
Never mind.
Well, I would have had it in the stream title, but when I pressed done, it kept saying there's something in this title that we're not allowing. So I had to.
In
Just
which
go with
case,
it.
we may need to get in contact with Twitch to explain to us why climax is unacceptable.
Right? So, yes, tonight we have the climax of our Call of Cthulhu game. So, I'm not going to be doing a huge, big introduction, but I'm going to pass you off over to CM Destati. So, can we get a bunch of hearts in chat for CM?
Oh, hello, thank you. I'm very, very excited about today. I've been looking forward to this exactly since last week because everything was so much fun last week. So I'm really, really excited about the opportunity to get some murder going. Hey ho, let's go. Let's start with some introductions. Starting first, now, and you've just kind of finished, so I'm going to move on and say, Zero, you were first, you were second in chat. We'll come back to N later. You'll be a wild card. So Zero, if you could reintroduce your character, please.
I'm still in that climax zone. Got me going. Yes, this is the climax, and I am but a simple butler. And I still don't think 2 episodes is going to be enough.
You never know what might happen.
This stuff is so good. But I am but a simple butler playing Wadsworth, who hopefully gets to really develop this time because we really didn't have enough time with 3 hours last time.
Such is the pain of a one shot, I think.
Yeah.
Ex-butler. Got fired.
Oh, ex-butler. Yes, we parted ways. I am now a simple butler with. I'm with Chrissy and Wes, aren't I?
Well, X in occupation, and who knows, X in life maybe in the future?
Oh
well. We'll just ask. Next, could you please introduce yourself once again?
Hi, I'm Isabel Nix, and I will be playing Jean North, the movie star of the ages, who had a lot of psychotic episodes last week. I'm expecting more, and I did leave Anne's character to die, and I'm one of the proudest accomplishments in my life so far.
Especially after last weekend, I think everyone's very proud of that accomplishment. But yes, shall we move on to... Chrissy, could you please introduce Hazel?
I'm Chrissy. I play Hazel. I don't know what to say instead of hey, that's Sugar. And I'm still stuck on the whole it's gonna be climatic tonight, so yeah. Can't wait to see what's happening. And yes, I am with Watford and Dutch. Currently being tied up. Very kinky. So yeah, gonna see what's gonna happen.
Tied up with many hands a grabbing. Let's see how that turns out. But yes, Wes as well. Could you please introduce Dutch? Dutch.
I am Dutch. Yeah. Hi, I'm Wes. I'll be playing Dutch tonight. I guess we'll see what these hands are doing.
And last but not least, N, could you please introduce Wilhelm?
Hi, I'm NCJ, and I am playing Wilhelm, einen verrückten Wissenschaftler, und ich bin sehr gut. I've been left inside a basement to rot, basically, and I can't wait to see how the doctor is going to wiggle himself out of this one.
Well, if you're so excited to find out, I suppose, without further delay, we shall try and get onto it. But first, I think a recap wouldn't hurt. So yes, last week, we set out from the town of Bennington in the search of the kidnapped Jane Strong, the daughter of local water board director Lucas Strong. You were set out by the chief of police into the woods near Bennington in Vermont. I should probably also specify. I might have been some confusion last week because everyone was from the south. Anyway, you went into the forest. You had an encounter with a hunting party who were there for the father to take his son out to kill their first buck, essentially, to take home and, have a rite of passage, so to speak. You then moved into the first evening where two of you experienced nightmares. Very, very unsettling, unpleasant nightmares. Moving on from that, you came into your second day, found the body of a dead artist, moved towards the artist's camp where it was quite clear that a scuffle took place, and these artists were also having the same dreams. You followed the signs of the scuffle to your third evening where you made camp where each and every one of you had a nightmare. Two of you were left a little worse for wear. Following that, you all made the decision, well, I say made the decision, you all chose, I suppose, to split off as a party. 3 people heading towards the dig site, 2 people heading towards what you thought would be the lake. The first 3 were then proceeded into the dig site where they met the head of the dig site, James, who led you into a trap, meaning you all got caught, and ended up meeting the second hunting party and the captured Jane Strong. The second party, a wee bit more eventful. You guys were interrupted on your way to the lake and spotted an old cabin. Upon deciding to enter the cabin and discover it and look around, you discover that this was the cabin belonging to Joseph Turner, the Civil War veteran who deserted during the war and has not been seen since. In your exploration of the cabin, you descended into the basement, finding 6 coffins, 4 of them open, 2 closed. In a moment of a scuffle over a spine, you did not notice that 2 of the coffins at the end of the room began to open as servants began to clamber out. In the ensuing combat, Wilhelm was captured, forced into a coffin while Joanne ran off. And I do believe that brings us back up to speed. So, starting off tonight then. Let's see how Hazel, Dutch, and Wadsworth are getting on. We're back into the dig site. So, Hazel, Dutch, and Wadsworth, you've all just been captured. Not a lot of time has passed, probably about half an hour to 40 minutes since your capturing. You have this weird sense that there's people still kind of looking around at you. You can't really see beyond the kind of like group around you. You can see each other, and you can see Jane, and you can see the two people who came on the hunting party. But aside from that, most of the rest of the room is almost in pitch black. Excuse me. You also see, well, no, you don't see, but you still have this feeling of like claustrophobia, almost like people are just staring in at you. And for the life of you, you don't know where those reaching hands came from as well that pulled you into the room. So, what's the first thing you're going to do? I should also mention, your hands are bound. They're being tied up.
Oh. Bugger. Well, this is a bit of a pickle we have ourselves in.
I don't suppose you have any bright ideas, do you?
Well, we need to get out of here somehow. I need to try and get my hands... How am I bound again? Is it just rope?
Just rope around your hands, yeah.
Can I roll something to try and get out?
You certainly can try. If you would like to make a dex check. However, these are some tight-ass ropes. To get out, you're going to need to succeed on a hard dex roll, which means you need to roll under half of your dexterity.
What?
Yee, hard
how
rolls
do I do that?
exist.
Oh,
So just make the roll normally, yeah.
Oh no, there's an option for hard. There's an option for hard.
Okay. I should just
Okay.
roll your dice normally, basically, and then whatever your dexterity stat is, you need to roll underneath half that dexterity stat to succeed.
Fair enough.
Considering Dutch's size, could it be persuaded to roll a strength instead? Oh my god, never mind.
Yeah.
Wadsworth is out.
It's because I love
You're
these.
one hell of a butler as you've been doing the ropes.
Well, there you go.
I like a
Wadsworth,
hard
I-
one.
Wadsworth, I don't know what to say. Maybe your bonds weren't quite as tight as you might have initially assumed. Maybe they accidentally tied it over a watch and you managed to slip the watch free and you can move one of the hands carefully, but you managed to get out your bonds.
It's not the first time I've had to escape from something of this nature. But yes,
Joanne
I
was
promise I am just a
proud.
simple butler.
Uh-huh.
Okay, I will be now the nice champ, and now I'm free. I'm going to untie the other two.
Okay then. In which case, what am I going to make you roll for that?
Oh, come on, I can just do it.
Can you though? Let's find out. Ooh, am I going to be mean? Tell you what then. If this is going to be an assist, then Dutch and Hazel, to get out your bonds, you can roll with a bonus dice.
Okay, so
Dex
they...
as well.
Yeah, Dex again. Yeah.
Can I be persuaded to roll, considering Dutch's size, to roll strength instead?
If you're going to, you need to explain to me how you're going to do this.
With Dutch's size, he's gonna try and rip the rope instead of just untying it.
Are you trying to do a Hulk?
Yes.
No, it's a bad...
I will say that's a bit of a stretch. I will be honest, because
That's what he intends to do. To
pulling
the
it rope makes it more taut and tighter. So you'd be needing to wriggle your hands out more than anything. I do apologize, but like that level of strength is, D&D strength, unfortunately.
That's
Not
fine.
ability strength. Unfortunately, we are all puny little humans in this world. Apart from me,
Right.
I can be what I
We
like.
get so we get one bonus dice, yes?
Yeah, bonus dice, since Wadsworth is
Sweet, oh,
missing.
Jesus.
Ooh.
Those bonds are still tight on you, Dutch. Was that with a bonus dice, yeah?
Yeah, Dutch is not a dexterous man.
Ooh.
So it's a one bonus die, and then is it with a heart or just a normal?
So just +1 to your dice when it gives you the prompt to roll, and then you put one up, I think, is how you do it with Foundry. That's you out, Hazel.
Ooh, good.
Eh.
Are you sure that was definitely the bonus dice, Dutch? Because I rolled 2 separate D100s for Hazel's dice.
Yeah,
I'm happy if you want to
I saw
re-roll.
normal. Yeah, I saw normal.
Oh, try again.
Because I only saw you roll 2 dice.
You don't have to roll it hard though.
That's
Nah,
better.
look, that's better, yeah. Ooh dear.
Oh, okay,
Again,
right.
if you want
Wait,
to luck your way out, you can use luck. If you want to push your roll, you can push your roll.
I was going to say there's two of us out now. Can't we both help and give 2 extra?
Can we
die?
both have? Yeah.
Oh,
Let's push it.
Oh my
crap.
God.
That made it worse. So much worse.
Because you've tried to strength your way out, you've actually tightened.
Yeah,
Hello,
it just
yeah.
made it worse.
As you go, because it was a failed push roll, unfortunately. As you go to move your hands out of it, you twinge your wrist a little, and you've done something to your wrist now. You haven't broken it, but you've sprained it. That's the word I'm looking for. You've sprained your wrist.
Can I not do some first aid on him to heal? Get that?
There's no damage taken. I will say that there's no damage taken because you don't really take damage from a sprained wrist. It hurts, but you won't take any damage from this. However, because you did push your roll, you can't use dexterity to get out. To get out of this now, Hazel, Dutch, and Wadsworth, you're going to have to find a weapon. However, you're not alone in this room, remember?
I have a gun.
Can I go
That
over
would not
and
take me, I'm
so
afraid.
it was the girl they were looking for. Was it
Mhm.
the mayor as well?
No, it was the 2 members of the hunting party. Let me just pull up their names real
Oh
quick.
yeah. No wait, I have them somewhere.
It's George and Arthur.
Yes.
Because you met Alistair and Brian before. This is George
Can
and Arthur.
I want to go. So it was George was
The
I have
adult.
notes somewhere. Where is it? I don't know where it is currently. The father. Can I go over and assist him in rolling, like untying him?
You can certainly try, yeah.
I was
Let me
going to
just-
say, can I look around this room for any tools to be able to...
If you want to give me a spot hidden check at a penalty, because it's a very dark room. Are you assisting George get his bond? Did you say, Hazel?
Yes.
Can I assist
wait.
Wadsworth in finding a tool?
Yep, he is out of his bond. You successfully get him out, Hazel. If you want to assist, you can. Dutch?
So can I just roll as normal then?
Yes.
Alright, I'll just roll normal then. Let's have a look. 33.
Ooh, just. It's kind of hard to make out, but you do notice poking just out of one of the floorboards. Looks like a bit of a rusty nail.
I take the nail.
Oh, it's stuck in the floor. If you're going to have to, you're effectively going to have to bring Dutch over to it and start sawing the rope off using the nail.
Okay, I advise. Well, I tell Dutch that there's this here, and then we get to work.
Let's get the sawing.
It's a bit of an improvise. Let me think.
I was going to say locksmith, but I'm not rolling that.
Yee, your locksmith skill is not great. And then, if you want to roll that, though, you're more than welcome to.
No. Is there anything better to get them out?
Oh, let me see. Could you give me Dutch? Make a I just can't really tell you what. We can make this a strength one, since you are pushing your hands up against it and you're kind of testing that. I'll say you can do that for strength.
Let's
Who
go.
rolls for it?
And you can do it with a bonus dice,
Yeah.
since Wadsworth is helping guide you to the nail.
Yeah.
There we go.
There you go.
Let's go.
Whilst you did definitely taut the rope a wee bit more, and it was starting to maybe start cut circulation off a little bit, you do kind of snap the bond free. As you pull your hands away, though, you do slash your hand off the rusty nail and take 1 point of damage.
Aw,
Seriously? Oh.
that's rude.
I'm sorry.
This
That's-
is it.
I mean,
know.
I'm
It
just gonna
takes you a
say
couple
this.
of rolls to
You're
get
not
out
as
your
bad
guns.
as
You
Neil.
need to take a wee
You're not
bit
as
of
bad as
extra punishment.
Rupert.
I will be a humble butler and do some first aid on that injury.
You're more than welcome to try.
That sounded ominous.
I'm
successfully
a humble
managed-
butler.
How are you first aiding?
I'm healing that wound up.
How are you healing him?
What have I? However, I'm going to suck it better. I don't
Lick
know.
Lick
Yeah,
it.
I'm good.
Lick it.
I'm a humble butler. I'm going to lick it.
Oh my god.
You lick it.
It got worse. Oh,
You taste blood. You don't have any items on you. They got taken off you. You don't have a first aid kit.
Oh shit.
So,
I mean,
you
is
treat the wound
it
to the best of your ability as you see it just now.
Mm-hmm.
However, you look at this and go, I need a sewing needle. Maybe tie this up. Maybe put a wee bit of a dribble of alcohol in there to make sure it doesn't get infected. And does tetanus exist in 1925? Maybe.
Yes.
But yes, the three of you are now out of your bonds. You're now standing in a pretty dark room, but you can still make out the outlines of Jane Strong and the hunting party and each other. What do you
you
do?
should definitely get Jane out.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I
Where's the
other guys, I
assist in
guess?
removing the ropes of the other two people? So Jane and what the kid's name was Alistair, right?
Arthur.
Arthur, yeah. So I want to assist in getting those two out.
You successfully managed to get them out with a roll, so don't worry.
Woo!
Jane, you go over and see Jane isn't bound, but she just looks absolutely traumatized. She doesn't look okay at all.
Hazel kind of just puts her arm around her shoulder and kind of pats the shoulder.
Who's there?
Hazel.
It's Hazel.
You don't know Hazel? I'm
No,
from the town. I'm from Bennington.
she's a 16-year-old girl.
Still, I mean, considering.
She's
So,
innocent.
no, wait, no,
Her
wait.
daddy's the
Hey,
waterboard manager. She doesn't go out often.
So wait, Jane is the daughter of who again?
Lucas Strong, the board
Who is
director.
the mayor, right?
No, the director of the waterboard.
Oh, well,
wait.
I'm not banging him, so
Wait,
yeah,
wait,
well.
this is Jane Strong, the little girl.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That girl.
I sort of hide behind the other two.
Oh god, no.
I mean, do you want to make a stealth roll, please, then?
As to not be noticed.
I will give you a bonus since it is a very dark room.
You can hide behind Dutch, it's fine.
I'm just giant enough to be able to be hit by right.
Yeah, this is my question, but you know what? If I'm gonna fuck the players can fuck with me, I suppose. Okay. Okay. So you're currently like protecting Jane a wee bit, Hazel. Wadsworth, you're ducking for cover, I guess.
Not ducking, but like head down.
Okay.
So they can't really tell who I am.
Okie doke. Any conversation, Hazel?
I'm basically just trying to calm her down. Because obviously she's been through a lot of trauma. And kind of like just like constantly talking. So she feels like there's like some people around her so she feels more safe.
Can I ask you how exactly you're going to try and calm her down a little bit? Just constantly talking, you say?
Yeah, just constantly talking, like involving
yes.
other people, like kind of not like talking to her, but kind of like making sure that she can hear everything the rest of the team is
Do you
saying.
want to make a fast talk check then?
Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
I had a feeling that might have been what you were angling for. And his own success.
I think
A very
that's
good
the hard,
success, wow.
I think that's the hardest one I can actually fill in. So
And you're just kind of constant chat to her and just kind of helping to bring her down. You do kind of start to notice her slightly coming around, like her eyes kind of seem to have a wee more life to them. You do kind of notice her cheeks are kind of like stained with like tear marks at this point as well. And despite the fact that she's only really been in these woods for like 3-4 days, she looks like she's been through some very traumatic stuff. Are you going to get me out?
yeah, we are, sugar. Yeah, we are.
He immediately starts grasping your hand as well. Hazel's like, please, help.
Hazel kind of
Something
just
in
like
there. There's something down in that pit.
What do you mean there's something down in that pit?
Hazel just kind of like squeezes her hand, like ensuring her like that she's not currently alone.
I keep going to the pit and blowing it up, and there's something down there, and I don't know what it is, but they keep going to the pit and they keep going to the lake and just keep going back and forth, and I don't know why. But there's something there, and I feel it.
You feel it?
There's something there. Something calling.
Isn't this your daddy's dig site?
What? No. Why would he's a waterboard? Why would he be here?
He's not around, is he at all?
Why would my dad be here?
Good. Just checking.
The leader who threw us in here said that this camp belongs to your dad.
You believe everything these people tell you?
It got us to you.
Can we just get it out?
I have no problems getting a child home. But what do you think, Hazel? Something's
Hey,
fishy here.
I got her here. Sugar.
Turns around to find where Wadsworth went.
I'm still here.
What say you? Should we get out of here then?
Yes, we shall.
Are you just leaving the others? At this
What
point,
others?
the hunting party.
Oh, I assumed the hunting party was with us. Sorry.
No, sorry. Oh no, I made a mistake. It's Brian and Arthur Hall. My mistake. It's laid out differently in the book, and I got confused. But at this point, you see Brian is just looking up at everything that's going on. Again, a bit of a state of shock on him, whereas his son is just fully fetal position, rocking back and forth.
So what's your story then? How'd you end up in here?
Taking the boy to shoot his first buck, but place isn't okay. We just came to hunt. Nothing. We didn't think anything bad of it. We're not poachers or nothing. I just wanted to take him out for his first hunt. came across these artists and people, they just got the jump on us, and everything started going dark, and poor Neo was getting dragged away and brought to this cabin. There's hands everywhere. Don't you feel them?
Yeah, I know we felt those hands.
Oh, sorry, sir, that was mine.
Don't make jokes! As he looks you dead straight in the eye, Wadsworth.
Just a quick question. Out of
Hang on.
character.
Hang on. Wadsworth, can you make me a dex check?
Why?
Make a dex check.
Make
It's
it.
coming at you.
Oh, I was serious. It was my hand.
You feel something touch your back. You would move it the way immediately after feeling it, but you definitely feel a hand passing up your back.
I say,
You turn
sir.
around.
Sir,
You
is
turn
that
around.
you?
It's not him. You're staring directly at him. How can it be him? Do you turn around?
Sure, I turn around.
You don't see anything. Just pitch black.
Well, I turn around and look down.
Nothing. Just the floor.
No, I turn back around and think, 'tis but the wind.
Didn't feel like the wind, but if you want to tell yourself that, you certainly can. But that felt like a definite hand.
I do not believe in ghosts. I have seen many things in my life, but not that.
It's a very strong temptation to make a Pirates of the Caribbean joke here, but I'm not going to.
Go for it.
You best start believing in ghost stories. You're in one.
Well.
Anyway,
Quick question.
Mhm.
What is the name of the other two we met in the forest? The one that shot our actor.
the other men in the
The other
forest.
two, yeah.
You mean the kidnappers.
No, the two.
No,
other
the
parties.
two people we met that kind of
Oh,
told
the
us
other
about
hunting,
Ryan
the other
Arthur.
hunting party.
Yeah.
Oh, Alistair and George. You sent them back
Um,
to Bennington.
So Alistair and George, because that's with Brian and Arthur. Hazel just keeps like her arm, one of her arms like around Jane, and like holds her hand with her other one, and kind of just looks to where she's kind of picturing where Frick Brian is, because I don't know why my character is blind currently, because I'm
Mhm.
blind. And kind of says, we kind of met. What was the name again? Alistair and George in the forest.
You found them?
Yeah, we sent them back to
Did they get out okay?
They did, yeah.
Oh, thank fuck. Oh, God.
We should get out of here now too.
Yes.
As Dutch tries to help the boy up to his feet.
He definitely still gets to his feet. He just doesn't interact with you, though. He just keeps his head down almost entirely, eyes staring to the floor, but he will walk with you.
That's fine. Dutch will put his hand on his back and say we should get out of here.
Don't touch me there.
All right, son. Put his hand on your shoulder instead.
He lets you guide him now.
Should we get a move
You
on and get out of
Move
this
through the
place?
cabin.
Let us go.
Do you move through the cabin?
Yes, we should be careful not to get caught on our way out.
As you all make your way towards what you assume is the door of the cabin, every now and then, you all swear something brushes off your shoulder, or maybe something touches you in the back, or maybe you hear like some kind of scattering across the floor, underneath the floorboards even. But every time you look around, there's nothing there. Can you all make me a sanity check?
Oh boy.
Nice Dutch.
Dutch!
I
And
am
Wadsworth.
fine.
Oh dear.
I'm fucked.
Hazel
And I-
and Wadsworth, can you please lose 1 point of sanity?
But I was perfectly
As you're
insane.
As you both are completely convinced.
1 point.
You guys aren't alone in this cabin. Just 1 point.
No, wait, no. I'm not going insane.
That you know of. But with that, you do manage to make your way across the cabin as you start to approach the door. Around the door, you do still start to see like light peeking through, but it's kind of this kind of tint of orange and red to it. The sun's starting to set. What do you do?
I don't like this cabin. We shouldn't stay here, but it is about to be dark. Should we wait for the sun to set before we sneak out, or should we try and get out now?
I think we should probably go now.
Let's get out of here then. I'll try to open the door.
Yeah, you go to the door. It is still unlocked. Do you just push it open?
Yes. Them terrible kidnappers didn't tie Jane up and leaving the door unlocked.
Okay, I will give you the chance then. As you go to open the door, just peeking through, you can see what is definitely the arm of someone standing guard.
Is he in front of the door?
No, just off to the side of it.
And you say we've no longer got any of our inventory.
Yep, it was taken off of you.
So I don't
Any
have
weapons?
my gun.
I'm afraid not.
I
But
have
There may be a
no
chance to
gun.
recover it in the future, but for now,
I may have been hiding it.
not with the number of hands in this cabin.
Where were these hands going? You don't know where I was hiding it.
Don't know, but if you stay for much longer, who knows where those hands will keep going?
I was
So you're
in the
going for the
wall.
cold climate
We knew-
kind of.
We knew how to hide things very well, I'm afraid. They did not definitely divulge into that area.
Wadsworth, do you want to make another dex check?
Oh no. Why do you keep tempting fate?
Oh dear.
You look down at your left ankle to spot what looks almost like this withered hand fully grasped onto your leg. Can you give me another sanity check?
Oh dear.
With that, can you please lose 4 points of sanity?
Oh shit.
As you
That
look
was
down,
going crazy.
as you look down, you blink and it's gone. But before you make the decision on what you're going to do next,
No!
Joanne, how are you getting on?
Has anyone got that rusty nail?
So I'm sort of by the door, leaving the cabin.
Mm-hmm. Where do you?
I'm completely shaken, trying to light a cigarette, but the light is not
My
working.
screams in the background.
You must shut up. All these sounds, all these voices. In American Scheiße. Can't even light a cigarette. Can I hear commotion from the basement?
You hear Wilhelm telling you to run, escape, keep going, and you start to hear some like commotion and clambering. That just in a second stops.
Good. Didn't keep him suffering too long.
Oh.
But will he be back like my husband, Lorenzo? So can shit. Is it getting dark outside?
You look up to the sky. It's not quite an orange-red tint yet, but the sun is beginning to like peak over midday, starting to look as if it's starting to dip.
Gee, I need to be on the lake. No, don't know what to do. Doctor, can you hear me?
No response.
Lorenzo? Huh?
You're all alone.
Pete.
You stand outside the cabin, clutching onto this strange metallic spine.
Do I
As
feel anything coming, sort of? Just the spine, sort of?
This
Beats
spine
me?
feels almost right to you, like it should be a part of you. but you also feel this draw pulling you in this direction.
Can I hold the spine against my chest?
You certainly can.
And then I will start my way towards the lake.
Okay then. You continue down the path, woods still surrounding you, those dead trees, but no sign of life anywhere around you. You come to reach this part of the lake. Could you... Do you know, I was going to make you do a spot hidden check, but I think you'd probably still notice at least this. You look down across the beachfront as you see these like dark poles sticking out of the ground further down the beach. Do you approach them?
Yes.
Okay. As you begin to approach them, you start to notice that there are about 5 poles in total, 5 wooden poles, all across this beach. Each of them has a body attached to them, with the very spine you're holding poking out through their chest. They've been tied up against this pole in almost a sacrificial manner.
And there's 5 poles and all of them have a body. There's not an empty one.
All of them have a body.
Good, I don't have to sacrifice myself. Lorenzo!
Poles.
Sorry?
Who's to say there can't be more poles?
True. I start screaming for my husband. My dead husband. So obviously he was the one who kind of pulled me. I brought your shit! I threw the vine on the sand. I brought your shit! Show up!
You look around as you see one of the women attached to the pole suddenly lift her head, take a sharp intake of breath, the whites of her eyes completely covered, but she stares directly at you. They took us in the night from our camp. Walking horses. They took us to the dig site where the others are being held. There's a boy, and a man, and a girl. One of us got away. The dead are trying to lift something out of a pit. They are using tools and dynamites. Something terrible is in the water. It is in us, spreading like a sickness. I can feel it burning away. Guys, move the spines, please! As she drops down immediately after. Can you make me a sanity check? You succeed. You're fine. You kind of look at that and you're very much initially completely taken aback by this. But maybe your mind's just a little too broken for this to really throw you. You just kind of go, okay, well, I've seen some
enough of
pretty
this shit.
dark shit, yeah.
This is
So, yes.
nothing.
You've left the spine just on the ground as these bodies all just kind of still kind of lay limp, hands tied behind their back with the spine stuck through them.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up the spine from the sand and I kinda wanna continue the coast upwards.
So I would say you get to about here. Can you make me a spot hidden check? You can use luck to succeed or push roll if you want to.
How much luck do I have? I'm just gonna leave it.
Okay, you continue on as you begin to spot people seem to be carrying like crates of dynamite to and from the camp, walking up this kind of pathway leading up to what you can't see yet, but what will be eventually revealed to be the crater.
Oh, people, finally! Hello there! Please pay attention to me, I'm Joanne.
They kind of just seem completely focused on their work at the moment. Nothing really seems to be phasing them.
Because they don't show my moves.
It's like they're working overtime because they're not meeting schedule.
These Americans are so lazy. They all have to work all the time. Do I reach the people now? Do they notice, pay attention to me at all?
Are you approaching towards them?
Yes.
In which case, you do approach towards them, and again, they turn around, look at you. The whites of their eyes just there, but they're smiling. Still that very eerie smile you saw in the servants in the coffins deep below. As the three of them approach you, spotting that you still hold the spine. As each of them in unison lift up their arm and point behind you. Do you turn around?
Behind me? Yes, I turn around.
You turn around to spot, just in the outline of the woods, still in the shades, what appears to be a man in a Civil War outfit, who is also now pointing at you. And I'm afraid to say he's casting Dominate.
Shit!
Let's see if it is a success.
Imagine
see
if you
if
had
I-
someone to help you.
Imagine.
Joanne, your body goes rigid. You can't move as you continue to clutch the spine to your chest. As the three servants grab you
Oh, gentle Ben.
and begin to take. You can't talk either, I'm afraid.
Oh, okay.
The three grab you and start moving you towards the dig site. With that, I think it's time we head back to the cabin.
Oh,
Wilhelm.
9.
Wilhelm, you awaken in pitch black. In a very, very tight space. All wooden around you, smell of decay all around you. As you see this kind of blue light shining out right above through the cracks. You have no idea how long you've been asleep for. Or unconscious for, I should say. What's your first move?
I would sort of push front of me to see if I can get out.
You kind of up against the coffin and the wood itself. It's going to take a little bit more to budge it out. If you can make a strength check, please. Grand. You eventually start kind of punching around the sides of the coffin to find that one of the nails that has been used to hammer you in has been popped off. With that now, you could probably push yourself out. Do you do so?
Yes.
Okay then. You begin to slowly lift the coffin off of yourself as this blue light begins to pour down on you, just kind of revealing the instance you were in. You come to notice that this is the same coffin that had that decaying fungal substance all around it as you begin to sit up. Do you look around?
I do.
Okay. Your coffin was not the only closed one in this room. Again, at the far end of this room, the two coffins to the servants that accosted you are closed once again. The other three still remain open.
Very silently, without moving, sort of, I'm just going to take a very slow check of see if I can see anything completely out of the ordinary, if anything's changed from the last time I saw this room.
And the only thing that seems to have changed is the fact that you have been nailed into this coffin. The coffins weren't nailed shut before. But that seems to be the only difference you can see.
And is the blue light still coming from these two coffins?
They are indeed, yeah.
Is that the blue light I could see, or was there blue light around the coffin I was in?
It's gotten a little dimmer since you opened the coffin lid, I'll say that much.
So just take stock of exactly where the blue lights are. So there's the two coming from the two closed coffins, and is there like one behind me, above me?
Nope, just those two blue from the coffins. However, for the sake of clarity, I will say that there was a blue light around your coffin for a while. You don't know for how long. What's your next move?
I'm still really intrigued about the blue light around the coffin.
Okay. Do you approach the two closed coffins then?
I would like to do so extra cautiously. And I
Can you make me...
would
sorry.
also like to be holding the door with the nails on it.
The coffin door?
Yep. I want to be holding this sort of in front of me, almost like a shield, sort of, maybe sideways.
I would say that this is a big-ass coffin door lid. Like, this is for a full body. It would be very heavy to carry. To do so, I would have to ask you to make your next roll with a penalty dice.
Okay. I'm going with it. I want to be holding this coffin door.
Okay.
Even though it's
Okay.
heavy, it's going to be sort of sideways with the nails pointing forward.
Okay. So yeah, you do manage to kind of climb out of the coffin and hold onto the door, kind of holding it onto the side, as you say, with the nails pointing out. Can I ask you then to make a stealth roll with a penalty dice? See if you can approach the coffins without them being disturbed.
-1. Bad. Yeah.
As you go to lift the coffin lid off the actual coffin itself, you drop it. And with a clatter, the bottom of the lid hits off the ground. You manage to catch it again before it fully falls, but that noise still rings out all around you as the coffin lights at the end of the room begin to dim. What's your next move? What's your next move?
I will run for the hatch to get out.
Okay then, can you make me a dex check? Sorry. As you're running to go, you trip and fall into the ground, and as you turn around, the coffins are starting to rise once again. You still have time to get back up and run up to the trapdoor. However, you're going to need to succeed on your next dex check to not go into combat. So, if you're going to continue running, please make another dex check.
Yeah.
And it's a success! Good. You manage to run to the steps and go up to the trapdoor and go to push it open. Something's blocking it. You're going to need to really push hard on this one, so I'm going to need to ask you to make another strength check. And as you do so, you get up there, coffin lids are open, and you begin to see the hands rising from the coffin, once again grasping onto the side to pull themselves up. Can you make me a strength check?
I am going to sort of whisper under my breath, Joanne. As
You told her to run.
I did, but I never told her to block the goddamn thing. But I guess it makes sense. And put my back into it.
With such a very good success, the trapdoor flies off as you see the carpet that was initially on it flies off, gets up into the air. Dust comes clattering down all around you, kind of making you cough, maybe gets a little in your eye, but that trapdoor is now completely open.
Oh my god, the
Before
rage is...
you go,
He's coming for Joanne.
the two servants at the end of the room, they're sitting up in their coffins, but they're not moving. They're staring directly at you, that grin still stretched upon their faces. As their hands rise once again, one pointing up and out of the house, one pointing directly at you. Can you make me a sanity check? With a fail, I'm going to ask you to drop 1 point of sanity as flashes of images go cascading through your mind. You see your parents, you see that night you all shared that one dream together. You see this strange older man with this odd, kind of almost tiny sarcophagus shaped box kind of staring at you. And as the box opens, something is pouring out of it, this dark, billowing smoke. And as the smoke comes closer towards you, closer and closer and closer, this screaming starts beginning to ring out in your ears as you start to remember some days from your time in the orphanage a bit clearer now. As you come back into the room, the servants are still sitting in their coffin, pointing. They seem not to be pursuing you. What now?
I'm sort of stood there looking back almost. Probably like take a moment and sort of wait and see, not too long, but just see if they react to anything.
Go on. The two of them don't really react at all. They continue to point up. It's almost as if they're letting you go. That grin still remains strong across their face. Do you go?
Maybe you weren't the evil ones after all. I sort of very warily. Yeah.
With that comment, their grin just widens as you start to see their like decaying, rotted teeth with like gaps in between them all. As they let you go. You're now standing back in the initial room. What do you do?
Now I have a bit of time, I guess, without Joanne. I'm going to be looking a little bit more closer for more of the occult paraphernalia, because now I know that there's obviously something supernatural at play.
I will say then, you are more than welcome to do so. However, you look outside. The sun is beginning to set. You've been in that coffin for a while. The sky is this deep orange and red, almost this like purple colour. So if you want to spend more time here, who knows what further ramifications could happen.
I guess a very quick glance around then, because I feel like time is pressing in, but I still want to look for something that might help in the future that I think might be, even if it isn't of the occult, like maybe explosives or anything sort of, a gun or some bullets, or even just some sort of powder that I know would be explosive.
Okay. Can you make me a spot hidden check then, please? You can push that roll if you really want to, but to push that roll means you would have to stay longer. Do you do so?
How much longer would you say?
About 20 minutes to half an hour.
Oof.
Because to push that roll means you begin your search again. So it's up to you.
No. But I probably wouldn't even have seen like a knife, would I, on the counter?
You still have your items. They weren't taken off of you.
Oh, I know, but
Okay.
I was thinking of a knife.
Not with
So,
the.
I'm
not with-
sure
not with
we
that
saw a
stuff.
knife
I'm
when we
afraid.
got there. When we got there, we saw a knife there.
You saw
Like,
Civil War uniforms.
I'm pretty sure
Day
you
and
said
night
that
was
was
at the
the.
Arcus camp.
Okay.
It's fine. I saw nothing with that roll. I'm still panicked at this point, thinking the fuck is going on. But I know I'm on the right track as I head out of the door and sort of look at the floor for like a footprint because I know Joanne left recently, so
You look down and yeah, you can see footprints going towards the lake.
then I draw my pistol and run that way.
Okay, as you do so, can you make me another spot hidden check? In fact, well, no. Oh, that's fine. Should be. Tell you what, can you do it with bonus dice since you're already looking at the pathway?
Alright, so ignore that roll.
Yeah.
Just
As you're going across the path and following Joanne's tracks, or what you assume are Joanne's tracks, a second set of footprints join them. They look fresher. Do you still continue?
Joanne may have been followed. I glance off into the direction of where they've come from.
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts on the map?
Probably about here, when you start to notice that there's a second set of footprints.
And the second set come from
The woods,
the woods.
kind of leading in to this direction.
That means she left me to die, so
Oh, I will say the footprints are coming from the woods. They're not going into the woods.
yes, I know.
Okay, so you followed the other set of footprints?
Are they following Joanne?
Yeah, basically those footprints are following Joanne.
So what I want to do is follow the opposite path of follow the footprints into the woods, so where they've come from.
Okay.
Weren't expecting this, were you?
No, I wasn't expecting this, but I have a workaround. Can you make me a navigation check?
Navigation.
You manage to trace these footsteps back to here. It's at this point you do notice that if you keep following these footsteps, it'll lead you to the cabin. And it's starting to get dark. So dark, in fact. Can you make me a spot hidden check? You can push it if you want.
Upon seeing that the footsteps lead back towards the house, I'm like, no, like something's come from there while I've been knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know what, because we only have two to start with, which I saw on my way out. So somebody else was there? And I literally start running back and following the footsteps back onto the beach.
Mm-hmm. Are you full pelt running?
Yes.
Okay. As you do so, you're just kind of almost full pelt sprinting. You come across the 5 tied up bodies that Joanne noticed as well. They aren't reacting to you. As the sun is beginning to set, all of these bodies are still face up, eyes white, staring out into the lake. However, you now count 6 wooden poles, not 5. 1 is empty. What do you do?
I think at this point I would sort of slow down my run a little bit and take check of everything and look out into the lake and see if I can see anything.
You don't see anything, but there's something that you feel. As you stare out into the lake with these 5 dead bodies behind you, all staring out, you feel as if something is just grabbed onto the front of your shirt and pulled at you, as if trying to pull you into the lake. But as soon as it's there, it's gone. And as you continue to stare out into the lake, we're going to go back to Wadsworth, Hazel, and Dutch.
Jesus.
So yes, Wadsworth, Hazel, and Dutch. You peek out of the door with Jane and the 2 hunters as you see someone standing guard in front of the door.
Is he carrying a weapon?
He doesn't seem to be. Not that you can see.
I'd like to carefully try and open a door and grab him and pull him inside.
In which case, can you make me a stealth check to see how stealthily you open this door?
I can, but I will fail. Or not.
Oh, you lucky. Oh, okay. You manage to open this door, and this man continues to stand guard, arms kind of folded, staring out into the dig site, as if he's staring directly into that crater in particular.
Shall we try and strangle him, sir?
And that's the plan.
Do you
Although
say
maybe
this
we
out
should
loud?
find out.
No, I'm fine with that. Let's strangle him.
Do you say this out loud?
You've
I'm
just
with-
done it stealthily and you're now talking.
I'm
out
whispering.
loud.
Yes.
I am whispering.
I'd like to grab him.
Let me just.
Go for it.
Ooh, okay. The man standing guard turns around. I'm gonna give you 1 chance.
Let's go.
What's your next move to make sure that he doesn't alert to what's going on here?
Fine, we will. Hang on, what's my brawl? I will smack him square in the jaw.
Since you have taken him off guard, since you have completely kind of taken him by a bit surprise, I will allow you to do so, and he won't attempt to dodge or attack back. So please make a brawl check.
Let's go. Oh god. Oh god.
You go to stand up and throw your punch, but as you go to stand up, one of those hands, you could swear, grabs your shoulder and pulls you back slightly as your punch just falls short of this guard. Dutch, your move.
Dutch, punch him as well. Please.
I wasn't sure if I was going to punch him or grab him, but I guess we're punching him. Let's punch him.
I mean, you can still try and grab him if you want to try and grab him.
Knock him out. You've got to knock him out. He'll shout if you grab him.
Fine, we'll punch him.
Brawl check, please.
Oh god.
You've got to get a perfect and then it'll knock him off.
Nope.
In a similar manner, you go to throw your punch, and you swear for a second this kind of almost
could I spend my luck to pass this?
That's a lot of luck.
it's a lot of luck.
Have a lot,
It's up to you.
I have a lot of luck.
Do it.
You can use it if you want to
I'm
use
gonna
it.
do it.
49 points spent. Good lord, wow. Okay, in which case then,
My god, I should have spent it. It was cheaper for me.
you throw your punch, and at the last second you do notice that this kind of like almost wizened, kind of almost like the skin's been like burnt to a crisp, is grabbing onto your wrist to pull you back. In that moment, you raise your other fist and clock the guard straight in the face. As he reels back, you do start to notice a trickle of blood going down his nose. And can you roll me? You should get a dice. You should get a 1d3 extra bonus on top of a 1d4. So can you roll me a 1d4 and then a 1d3? So if you want to roll a d4 and a d6, then half the damage of the d6.
Sure.
Undo it.
That is a total of
6.
6 points. Dutch, with your singular punch straight to his nose, you hear this sickening crack as you pull back, his nose completely out of joint, as his eyes shut close and begins to fall. Do you quickly grab him?
I would like to, but I'm gonna.
I would
Sure,
say you
I'll
managed
try.
to grab. You do manage to grab him, so he doesn't make a massive clatter as he falls to the ground.
Okay, and I will assist, and we need to cut the body and hide it somewhere.
Throw it into the dark room.
Yeah, exactly. I will assist, and we will carry
Do
the
you
body.
put him into the dark room?
Yes.
You slide him into the dark room, and as you step away from the body, these disembodied hands climb all over him. Just kind of almost like spiders, just kind of covering his entire body as his
God.
body begins to be dragged deeper into the dark of the room.
We need to leave now.
You do notice that the dig site is almost completely empty. You can hear some noise down in the pit, in the crater.
Looking down the path out of the camp,
Mm-hmm.
can I figure out which side is back out from where we are now?
Yep, so this would be the way out.
I know, but I don't know. We've been in the dark for a while. I don't know if I know where the way out was.
You look
Is-
out
is
and you remember your bearings, and you would notice that you can see the path to escape is like to your left, essentially.
Is the path clear?
There's no one there, as far as you can see.
I hate that saying.
That's why I say it.
I will whisper to the others that we need to get out of here now. It seems to be empty. They seem to be focused on something else. This might be a chance to escape.
Okay. Do you all agree?
Yes.
Hell yeah, sugar.
Jane looks very, very shaken. She keeps looking back over to that pit every now and then, but also seems to be in agreement.
We're gonna get you away from it.
The
We're
two
gonna bring you
hunters
home to your dad.
The two hunters are just completely shocked, and they will go wherever you want them to go. Thank you, sir. Oh,
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
It's the guards.
Thank you.
Just-
It's all the dust of this this infernal building.
Thank you. I don't want to spend another night here. There's nightmares and...
Yeah, I'd like to start heading towards the way out and leave the camp and go.
As you do so,
Mm-hmm.
to your right, you begin to see some of the workforce coming back as they are leading Joanne towards the pit.
They're going towards the pit.
Yeah, she is unable to move. She's been led by two men flanking her, essentially,
Oh,
two of the servants.
Oh,
I turned to Wadsworth and I asked him, "Do you need to go save your madam? Because I'm gonna get out of here with Jane and the others."
I need my gun. In all fairness, sir, I don't
If you want to go looking for your items, you can. However, where Joanne will be when you get back is anyone's guess.
Whoosh. Well, I think it's your choice, sir. I mean, I'm scared shitless. What's Joanne is completely surrounded.
Two of the servants are flanking her, but she's not surrounded.
Does Joanne look like she's struggling?
She's not moving at all. She's as rigid as a board.
Considering the state we last saw Joanne in, Dutch does not care to save her.
Ooh.
Hazel, Wadsworth, what's the verdict?
Well, they did
The
believe
same-
us, so I've appeared to have been sacked anyway.
She
no,
she was way too into going to that lake, as was the doctor out of nowhere. And she does not appear to be struggling. It does not appear that she's in any She might have found what she was looking for.
Yes, I unfortunately agree. It was nice being her butler for the whole of 20 minutes. I say I must move on. She did not pay well. Let us. We have the girl now found. She is safe. I think it's unwise to risk her.
Can I just say the whole like she did not pay well?
Hazel?
Hazel is more concerned about Jane and getting her back because that's kind of what the entire like assignment or job was to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I mean, and then again, she did try to reason with them when they kind of wanted to split up, and well, yeah.
No, we will take the girl.
So you're leaving Joanne to her fate?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm parting is such sweet sorrow, but one must do what one must do.
Okay then.
I wave over to my former mistress.
We
Do
take
you
a little
wave
bow.
at her? Do you wave at her?
I bow.
Or you bow?
I take my leave and I bow.
Give me 2 seconds here.
Oh no.
It's very subtle, mind you. It's not like something where I'm shouting, "Cooey!" How would you do
But you
about?
linger for long enough to make a bow.
We're talking. No, but it's like we're jogging at the same time. I turn, do a little mocking bow. You know, it's how'd you do? Bye bye. Let's fuck off. Kind of bow and go.
And as
I'm
you
sorry.
do so,
I'm sorry, what kind of bow?
It's like you see in comedy films, you know, where they're running off and they go, "Oh, see you later, mom." Bow
but
and run off.
Wadsworth, we established this is a ghost story, not a comedy film.
Oh no.
And as you go to make your bow, the 2 men leave Joanne behind to stand, still rigid as a board, and begin chasing you down.
There's
We're
Melanie.
running. We're legging it. We're
That's
still
a
running.
shame. She's really nice.
How fast are you though? That's the question.
Oh no.
Because these aren't the servants, in terms of player stuff, these aren't the same servants that Wilhelm faced. These ones look a lot more sprightly, a lot more alive, basically.
Dutch would like to look for, oh god, a piece of wood or something nearby. Prefer which to.
We're
Do you
running.
want to make a spot hidden check?
No,
Sure.
no, sir. We're running. We are running. We are legging it. We are
You run.
dashing it.
Dutch. Damn. I forgot how high your spot hidden was. As you look around, you see a lot of crates, a lot of open crates labeled TNT and like dynamite. You kind of rummage around, you can kind of spot some of them might still have a couple of sticks in there. Now you can run to grab them, however, in a close range fight, do you want to be using an explosive? That's the question.
I had no
This is-
desire to use dynamite.
Okay,
Do
but
it.
do you still want to collect it?
I was trying to use some kind of piece of wood to find
Wait a minute.
to use as a weapon, but
Wait. Did you?
I'm
say
still going to keep continuing. Don't worry. Do you want to collect the dynamite though?
Get the dynamite. Get the dynamite.
yeah,
Get the
let's
dynamite.
get the dynamite.
You can give me
Okay.
the dynamite. I'll go crazy.
You managed to pick up a couple of
Oh,
sticks of dynamite, just 2 or 3, not that many. There wasn't many left. You can assume they were using this to kind of basically make the hole in the ground before. I would say, do you not already have it? Oh no, you got it taken off of you. You effectively find a bit of a makeshift club, so I will give you your club back.
Wait, do we have any fire though?
Fire.
Or it's dynamite?
Does
Not
one of you
yet.
have a lighter?
Do we still have the items though? I mean, was it not
No, you
stolen?
don't actually. In which case, yes, you also find a lighter for the dynamite.
Oh, thank God.
So you find like a flick, like a Zippo lighter for the dynamite, essentially.
So, are we going to go kamikaze?
Well, no, you're running, as you said. Can you make me a dex check? And as you're running, you do trip and fall.
Oh dear. Sir, could you pass me the dynamite?
As the men are now kind of bearing down on you, getting closer. Can I now ask you, and you alone at the moment, Wadsworth, since everyone else is a wee bit ahead of you, unless Hazel or anyone else would want to go back for him?
I will. Now would I have to
now we're going back for someone.
Dutch, I will say that
Jeez, I mean,
since you were collecting weapons, you would not be able to enter this the combat on the first round.
That's fair.
Hazel?
Oh dear,
Hazel, keep going.
what?
Keep going.
Yeah. I'm running. Bye.
Yep, Hazel, you run with Jane and the hunters.
He doesn't
then.
need to make a dex check.
Oh well, yeah, I will actually. Yeah, Hazel, can you make a dex check, please?
Hey, why?
Because you're running.
No, I know.
That's put some that. There you go.
Hazel's fine.
Hazel, you lift up, your skirt and just kind of get yourself out of there with Jane and the hunters.
What's skirt? It's like super short in the front.
Oh well, there you go. Then you don't need to lift it up. It's already lifted.
I know.
In which case, you do kind of start making it into the woods. Lucky for you, you will not be taking part in this combat. However, with that said,
I mean, I gotta protect the kid.
no, it's very valid. Very valid.
Bring the kid home.
Very sadistic combat. This is definitely
Here
fun.
we go.
It's not easy, guys. Have fun.
Since you are starting on the ground, Wadsworth, I'm afraid you will be at the top of the round. You will be at the top of the combat, starting on your next round. However, these two are bearing down on you, I'm afraid to say. So, just so I can get a combat tracker going at the moment, can Wadsworth and Dutch give me dex checks to see who will go top of the combat for the start of the next round? Wadsworth, you're at the top.
Yeah, now when I make a throw,
And then Dutch, and then two servants. Okay.
what
So-
a fabulous way to die, sir, hey?
Worth it.
The two servants are now kind of almost directly on top of you, Wadsworth.
Pinky?
But I will say they were still quite a distance away, so they aren't going to attack you just yet. So then we move on to yourself, Wadsworth. What's your move?
Yes.
What's your move, Wadsworth?
Wait, do I not have a chance to just leg it again?
You can certainly try.
I'm going to get up and run like a coward that I am.
If you're doing so, then you will effectively provoke two attacks of opportunity.
Worth it.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to roll terribly shit on this one, and I will die.
Oh, you don't need to roll anything. I just need to roll to see if I hit you.
Oh, okay.
So first servant swings their punch and misses. Second servant swings the punch and connects. So let me just... That's 1d3. Plus a d4. For a total of 5 points of damage.
Can I not dodge it?
Since you're attempting to run, I would say no.
Oh.
So can you please deduct 5 points of health? However, you do manage to you can now run. You're
Excellent.
outwith of their range.
I'm legging it. I'm gone.
Okay. Dutch, what's your move?
Leg it with me.
Do I leg it with you, or do I just be?
Let us go, sir. It was nice of you to come back, but let's try and get out of here.
All right, I will. Fine. I will leg it, but I will make sure that I'm just behind Wadsworth, so that when they reach us, they'll reach me first.
Oh, how kind, sir.
Preparing to be.
I am meant to be the humble.
So you are saying that you're going purposely slower.
Yes, I'm preparing to beat them with a club when they get near.
Okay.
At least pass me something, sir, and I will.
I will chuck you to dynamite if they'll allow me.
Let's
One
do
of the
it.
servants then, Dutch, does manage to catch up with you. And
Oh.
you see it brandish a sickle in its hand. Just kind of this sharp weapon. As it goes to take a swipe at you, you can choose to dodge or punch back and take the hit and punch back with your club. What's your choice here?
I will take the hit and punch back if it hits me.
Yep, I'm rolling the wrong dice.
Oh god, this is gonna kill you.
As the servant takes the swing of the sickle, you do move out of the way just in time.
Yeah.
You can now make your club swing. Can you make me... if you just click on the item itself, it should hopefully do it for you.
That's fine.
To make sure. So it goes off... sorry, it will go off the club's base one. Can you roll a brawl skill then for me instead?
Okay.
Because that should go off your brawl skill.
Oh, so close.
Oh no, that's the club's brawl skill, so that's the base one. So 39
Oh.
will be a success for you. In which case, what is the club's damage? Oh no, wait, sorry, I was looking at the wrong sheet. A 35 is a failure for you.
Yeah,
So-
I was gonna say.
Swing the sickle, you dodge out the way, and go to whack over the top of his head with the other board, with the club. But it does manage to dodge. It doesn't connect, unfortunately. The other one seems to be turning tail and going back for Joanne. Joanne, at this point, can I ask you to make me a power roll?
Oh, okay.
Come on, Joanne. Let us go.
Power roll.
Do you want to push or luck?
I'll spend
Yeah,
my
you
luck.
need 4. You only need 4.
I know, where's the luck? Spend 4 luck to pass. There we go.
Okay. You try and use your mental willpower to try and break loose of whatever this weird affliction is on top of you, on you at the moment. But your eyes go dark again, your body doesn't move, when all of a sudden the face of your husband Lorenzo appears and just straight in your face goes, "Run!" And then with that, you can feel your body come back to you as you feel that you can move once again. You're now part of the combat. Can I ask you to roll me a dex check
Gosh.
to see whether or not you go to Wadsworth or Dutch? You're at top now. Joanne, you're at the top.
She's always at the top.
Just to catch up on it then. Wadsworth is legging it. Dutch seems to be kind of grappling with another one of the servants, and another servant is beelining straight for you. What's your move?
Wait, whose turn is it?
Your turn.
Am I still holding the spine?
You are indeed.
And I see this brawl happening.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my friends, they've come to save me. And I wanna run, and I wanna... The one that tried to hit Dutch with the sickle, I would like to try to whack it at its head with the spine.
I will say that servant is a bit too far away from you at the moment.
Okay,
and
it's
there
the
is
other
one
servant.
Yeah, the other servant is dashing right at you.
Okay, well, I wanna sort of move towards it so that I can hit it with the spine on its head.
Okay. Can I ask you, in which case, to make me a sanity check to see if you want to use this as a weapon? You still feel this kind of attachment to the spine. However, if you really, really want to use this as a weapon, I would still let you, but there's this almost reluctance with it. If you're going to use this as a weapon, I'm going to have to ask you to use it with a penalty dice for your brawling check.
That's fine, I'm attached to the spine now.
But you're going to attempt to attack the servant chasing at you with this then?
No.
No?
No. I
Okay, then.
I'll clutch the spine against my chest again.
So can I ask what you're doing then, instead?
So the servant is coming towards me.
Mm-hmm.
Is the servant like between me and the rest of the party?
Pretty much, yeah.
Shit. Okay.
Now, you still have your rifle, remember, as well. That wasn't taken off of you.
It wasn't taken. Okay,
Nope.
so I'm.
You
Don't
have,
take-
what is, if I remember correctly, you still have the hunter's rifle that you found in the artist camp. Correct?
I bought a rifle. I didn't take
Mhm.
a rifle. But I don't have any ammo. But can I try to sort of kinda like how I did in the last episode, kinda with the back of the rifle, kinda try to hit the
Just
servant.
use that as a weapon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Don't
would
forget
do
that Dutch gave you the hunting rifle he found.
Because that's what I thought as well, the hunter's old rifle, yeah.
I believe that the old rifle had one bullet in it left,
Mhm.
and this is after you empty.
Was it?
Well, you only emptied one of your guns, I would say that, on that night. Because you did have both, but you only emptied one of them in your nightmare.
Okay, so if I take a aim at this servant then, with the gun that has the ammo,
Mhm.
how close? Are they really close or are they a bit further away?
You would be able to make this shot, basically.
Okay, I will try. Let's try. I did this in a movie once, The Lawrence of Queenland.
Okay, can you make me a rifle check then? Under your firearms?
Oh, yeah,
Go.
bitch.
Perfect shot as Joanne, you line up the rifle with your single shot left in it, pull the trigger as you watch the bullet fly out and go towards the servant. Can you roll me, please, a d10? A delicious amount of damage. Delicious. Num num num.
One.
Oh.
You do still do a decent chunk of damage on top of the 2 points, I will say that, as you catch him in the thigh as he does kind of stumble and fall to the ground. If you now want to run past him, you
Yeah,
can.
I do want to run past him now.
Okay, you do manage to run just around him, but you will still be within reach of him for combat on his turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, Wadsworth, it's your go again.
Okay, so how close is everyone to the appropriate enemy?
So, Dutch is engaged basically with one of the servants, and Joanne has just gotten round another one of the other servant.
So basically, my point being, if I was to throw dynamite, I'd probably hit them as well.
Yes, you don't have any dynamite. Dutch has the dynamite.
He gave me some.
He was too far away to give you some.
Oh, shit.
Thank God, because we'd be dead.
I thought he threw me some, but okay. Where am I in relation to everyone? I thought legged it away.
Yeah, you've started running away again. Yeah. So you're probably about what? Let's go D&D logic and say 30 feet away.
I wouldn't want to be that far behind Wadsworth, but okay.
No, in that case, then I would have thrown dynamite. Like I say, I'm just going to shout at them, let us go, hastily, and just continue running towards.
Okay, Dutch.
But I'm
Considering
doing-
whether I should hit him, try and hit him with the bat first, or
It's your choice.
how far away is Wadsworth at this point? Like far enough away, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he's kind of approaching closer to Hazel and the rest of the group now. I would probably say if he continues to run on his next turn, he might escape combat, depending on what the servants do.
In that case, I would like to try and with the light and the dynamite, I would like to intimidate the the servant into backing away, or because I will blow them up, with myself included.
Wow! Okay. You kind of brandish the stick of dynamite and the lighter, and You stare at the servant. The servant stares back at you, still smiling. Do you want to try and continue with an intimidation roll?
Yes.
Please do so then.
No death, so don't do anything, boss.
With your roll, he does drop the sickle, but is still smiling at you. He's not frightened that you might blow him up, but almost welcoming it.
That's an interesting turn of event.
Just remember, these people are almost zombies, basically. And as you continue kind of brandishing it at him, he does look up at you and goes, "If this is what the great Galaki has in store for me, then so be it." As that grin gets wider and wider.
Now that he has dropped his sickle, I will start to book it away from him.
He will try and punch you then.
That is totally fine.
Okay.
We'll take the hit. I'll try and dodge out of the way, obviously.
If you're trying to run,
Oh yeah, I can't dodge him though.
yeah, I don't think you can dodge, unfortunately. You need to stay within the combat, essentially. You're trying to escape combat. Unfortunately, I did roll a 19. So that is... Okay. 3 points of damage on you.
So be it.
Okay. It is now that servant's go. As he's just kind of... Oh no, you have managed to run away a good wee bit. He kind of goes to just continue after you. Sickle left to the ground as he just sprints after you. The other servant with Joanne turns round to face you, Joanne, and goes to grab at your ankle. Can you make me a dex check? You are more than welcome to push the roll if you want to. However, I will say there will be a penalty to pushing that roll. Not a penalty dice, as in there will be a repercussion, I should say.
You only live once. I'm gonna try to push it.
Okay.
Oh.
Not.
Mademoiselle, come to me.
So it grabs my. I'm just trying to wiggle my leg a bit faster. Oof.
Unfortunately, he does have a very tight grip around your ankle, and in this flurry and this moment of madness for you, can you make me a sanity check, please? With a success on the sanity check, you turn around on this massive instinct, taking the spine and plunge it straight into the back of the servant. As the spine merges into his back and both become rigid, almost like stone. Wow. You've lost the spine, you feel like you've lost a part of yourself. But the servant's hand drops as he lies unmoving.
It's not my turn anyway now, so.
No, but it is your turn now.
Oh, it's my turn now.
Yes, it is your turn now. That servant's turn is now finished.
Okay, so I see the servant just dropping everything, and I continue running.
As you do
Right,
so, you feel drawn to the pit again. Do you check it or do you ignore it?
Lorenzo told me to run, but thinking Lorenzo is a bastard, so I will go to the pit.
Okay.
Oh my god!
You sprint over to the pit as you peer over the edge as it drops down further and further and further, almost encasing itself entirely in darkness because it has gone down so far, and with the angle of the sun setting as well, it's hard to make out exactly what is in there. But you see something shining down at the bottom of that pit. as you feel this tugging straight to that shining object once again. And as you figure out that there's something that connects the spine and this object. We have to end your turn there, though. Wadsworth, what are you doing?
Still legging it.
Still legging it?
I'm still legging it towards Hazel.
Okay.
Hazel,
You
wait
do so.
for me, and
You do so.
Dutch, come on.
And
let's
I will say with
run.
that, you ran enough that you're out of combat.
Oh, thank God for that.
Dutch, what's your move? You're once again back in combat range of the other servant. So if
Come
you do
on,
try
let's
and
go.
run, the servant will take another punch at you.
Can I swing at him with the
Oh,
club
my.
and then book it?
Yeah,
No,
you
you-
absolutely can. You absolutely
Oh.
can, but that will mean
In that
you have
case-
to get back into combat, and he will have the chance to dodge your swing or hit you back.
Oh, I thought I was already in combat range.
Yes, but you're kind of stopping to hit him. If you were
Yeah.
still going to continue dashing out away, he was going to try and hit you. But if you're in combat range, he will then still like try and dodge out of the way of your attack or hit you back. It's up to you. Like that's how it's going to go, I'm afraid.
In that case, I would like to hit him with the club first.
Can you make me a brawl check then, please?
I'm gonna keep trying.
You can luck if you want to.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna luck it.
Okay, you do so. In which case, then, can you roll me? What did I say last time? A d6 with a d4 with your damage bonus. Yeah. Oh, we never got that far, actually, did we?
Club, right?
yes. Sorry.
So I could just roll the damage from the club, right?
Yes. So a d6 plus 1, I think.
I thought the club was D8.
Oh, maybe d8. Roll fighting
Oh, that
brawl and
doesn't
see what pops up.
The
Oh, there you go. Just roll damage, please. Oh, it does include your damage bonus. Good, good.
oh, there we go.
So click that again. You deal 8 points of damage as you turn around him, clock him straight in the face as he falls unconscious to the ground.
Perfect. And then I will book it after the rest.
Let's
You do
go.
so.
I noticed that Joanne is going back to the pit. I will immediately leave her behind.
Yeah, we're not doing that, so let us go.
Okay, Joanne, what do you do? The two servants are out for the count. Your friends
So-
are running once again, but you
So you
stand
said
there
that
and you feel that pull once again.
you said that there was sort of a connection with the spine and the pit.
Yes.
I'm gonna go to that servant that has the spine on him.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna lead him to the edge of the pit. And I'm gonna push him down.
As you go to move him, it's almost like his body's turned to lead. Like, you won't be able to move him by yourself.
Right. Wadsworth! Wadsworth, don't run away, you coward!
So do you run after them?
I just try to shout after them.
I hear you, bye-bye.
With the two servants unconscious, I would say you could just run and catch up with them if you wanted to. Unless you want to stay in the dig site.
There's no way I can pull the spine off the servant now.
It seems to be almost melded with him.
Pathetic. It's a new friends. First, I must finish with these ones, and I run after them.
Maybe you should go
Okay.
find the doctor instead.
All I know, Doctor's dead, so...
That's true.
And
Oh.
we will get far away from this crazy witch as possible.
Let's
Okay,
go.
You all
This
come
is my
back together
villain
again.
origin story.
You all come back together again, and with that, the combat ends successfully, I might add. So well done.
Who said,
As you
who said we
continue
came
to
together
leg it
again?
out. Sorry,
No, who said we're together again? We're legging it away from her.
you're all running off together.
It's not together, wait, it's just mental, wait, well, I'm off.
After
I
each
will
other.
have that house grow more hands and chase after you.
Do not fight the
Keeper. Ugh.
the keeper.
But yes, with that, we're going to go back to
The doctor.
Herr Doctor.
Do you remember he was a thing? He's all alone.
Herr Doctor, did you see you ran back into the forest or back onto the beach?
I was on the beach and I was running past the 5 people with the spines.
Okay then. Excuse me. In which case, you do make it past them as they are all staring straight out into the lake. As you go past them, you kind of reach up to here, eventually, and you can see that this leads up to this massive crater in the ground up to the north. Well, west, I suppose, from this angle, rather. Do you follow it?
They do.
Okay, you do so. You run up and you find yourself in the dig site. You see the body. You see the unconscious, an unconscious body lying to the side, a massive bruise across one of his cheeks. But that's the only body you see.
Given what happened here,
Do you explore around the area?
I head towards the sort of closest house and look through the windows.
You do so, and you see inside not a lot of items, but you definitely spot like a revolver and a club and just like the weapons that you picked up back in Bennington, essentially. You would recognise that these were the weapons that the other 3 had.
I would try and silently, cautiously go inside and possibly try and pick some up.
Can you make me a stealth check, please?
Stealth.
That is a fail, but you can luck if you want. Or push.
I'm going to look it.
Okay. You manage to stealth your way into the house. You don't really notice anything on the inside. It seems to almost been completely abandoned. As you kind of collect some of the stuff, you start to hear like this whirring and like cranking going on outside. Do you want to make a quick spot hidden check for me?
I would love to.
With that roll, you do notice that this sound is coming from what looks like a massive crater in the ground, as you assume some kind of like lift contraption is now rising up, but you can't see what's on the lift or who's on the lift.
Well, at that point, as soon as I sort of realise what it is, I would sort of duck down the window and sort of try and just have my head peeking the slightest little bit.
As you do so, you spot what appears to be the man in the Civil War uniform from the painting that you saw in the artist's camp, walking alongside other people dressed in Civil War outfits, as well as just what look like workmen. There's a small group of them, and one of them has this metallic item sticking through his chest that you recognise as one of the spines. They seem to be heading towards the lake. They've got this kind of trolley behind them. It's covered over with like a thin sheet of fabric, but you're not sure what's in the trolley. Do you scout them out and see what they're doing, or?
I think after picking up the stuff and seeing all this, I would wait for them to go past and sort of tail them very off, just off so that I can still see where they are, but...
Okay. Can you make me a stealth check, please?
The doctor is not good at stealth.
That's well, you're choosing to tail them. You can push or luck.
after, I guess, clambering a little bit and possibly tripping over, making a twig snap, I'm gonna sort of just stop a moment, take a breath, and push.
Okay. Well, not enough, I'm afraid. As the man that you believe to be Joseph Turner turns around and looks at you. Ah! Dr. Wilhelm, please join us if you will.
At this point, I'm probably pointing one of the rifles at him.
If you believe that to work, then maybe
How
you
do
are
you know
just
my
as
name?
Oh, the Great One knows many things. Child of the orphanage, lost parent.
At the sound of
An
this, the
interesting
gun sort of
old-
lowers a bit.
Okay. And another doctor in the orphanage who took a special interest in you.
I do not know what you mean. Who are you?
You mean you pilfered through my diary without once figuring out who I am?
I want to hear you say it. As I
My
put the
name
gun
is
up
Joseph
even more.
Turner, if that's what you're looking for. Does this satisfy you?
What are you doing?
Come and see. As the grin widens across his face once again, and for a split second, you look as if the corners of his mouth are going to crack open.
Has he not got a knife in his hand?
Nope,
Oh, because I'd have
Not
made
armed.
him, I'd have literally made him smile and cut it open a bit wider.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Alright? Alright?
he's a bit deluded, but he's not that little. So, do you
am.
follow him?
I am, so it's fair game.
I follow him, but I still keep my distance and the rifle pointing.
Well, that's quite alright. Please, we're going to the lake now. As they move towards the lake, you see Joseph kind of stands out, arms outstretched towards the lake, with this covered trolley next to him. To the right, the servants and the other workforce are tying up what appears to be the man with the spike on the 6th pole. As this happens, Turner begins to walk into the lake, hands still outstretched as he calls out, "Come to me, my lord, and embrace me with your gift." As you begin to see the waters of the lake beginning to recede. Do you still stick around?
For a little bit longer.
You begin to see this object in the trolley a light begins to peek out through the blankets as one of the servants comes to remove it. And it's just this massive crystal gem that shines almost that iridescent metal light that the spines did. The water is still receding. Do you still stay?
I think I would sort of start backing off, but I wouldn't be like turning around and running. I would still be looking at the lake, but I would be walking backwards towards the forest, just in
Okay, then.
awe.
It's at this point, then, with the water receding, Joseph standing there, arms outstretched. The servants against the poles are like head craned up, chin almost pointing up to the sky as they begin to convulse and shake, almost as if they're trying to get free, but they can't. Still sticking around? One last chance?
Do it.
At this point, I would turn tail and run to the tree line.
Okay.
Oh, pussy. I
In
mean,
which
I'd do the
case-
same, but yeah.
You begin to book it into the forest. And out in the distance, you hear. This sound echoes out across the forest. Everyone who tried to run away still hears this sound as well. But without any of you knowing,
Wait, what do you mean try to run away?
guess you'll find out, eh?
No,
Without any of you knowing what happened on the beachfront, Joseph Turner has successfully risen Glaake from the water. And Glaake has now received one of its crystals and is one step closer to being free. With that, a brilliant green light shines out from the lake one time, illuminating everything around it, and then immediately darkness comes back down. Wilhelm, which way do you run? In fact, tell you what, I will give you the chance to try and find the tracks of the others.
Well, what about here? Maybe.
Or are you running down past the beachfront?
I'm just trying to figure out. Oh, where am I? Because I would just be.
The ritual
looking
then would be
into the,
taking place here, roughly. Ritual will be taking place here. You would have initially started here, roughly, to watch it.
So
Were you backing down the beach or going back towards the dig site?
back towards the dig site. I don't
Okay.
think I would be able to get it past all of those people. Well, even if I
No.
could, I don't think I would want to chance it.
No, I wouldn't say so. So you run back towards the dig site. You can try and make a check to see if you can try and find the tracks of the others.
I think first I would sort of look around, try and find something explosive, something bigger, a bigger weapon to use, or think of something I might be able to put together to make.
If you want to make a spot hidden check to see if you can't find a weapon, you're welcome to. You look around, you find some empty crates that are labelled TNT and dynamite and so on and so forth. They've all been emptied though. There are no other weapons sitting around this site, apart from like maybe hammers and that kind of stuff, but nothing that of use for you.
Nothing in, like, any signs or anything outside the houses?
Nope. Do you want to try and pick up the trail?
Sure.
Okay, can you make me either a navigation check or a spot hidden check? Navigation will basically find you the right path. Spot hidden will help you to find their tracks.
Going spot hidden.
You successfully managed to find a whole load of pairs of like tracks leading away and down this path. Do you follow them?
I do.
Okay. At this point, we're going to return to the other four. The four of you have now kind of you started booking it down this path without looking back. I would say you've now made it to the wider map. However, in fact, I'll just bring it over actually. But yes, you've all managed to make the escape from the area and are probably standing around here now. It has gotten pitch black. What's just happened was this brilliant shining light shone out all around you as you heard this deep guttural rumbling stretch out across the forests. Joanne, can I ask you to make a sanity check, please? You're all good. You recognize this as almost like this call. Like, you have this initial moment of to go follow where that noise and light came from, but you bring yourself back and you shake it off, and you no longer really feel such a strong will to go to the lake anymore. It's kind of died down a bit. Something's still lingering in the back of your mind, but it's no longer as persistent as it once was. As all of you kind of catch up, you look around and see you're all just absolutely exhausted. Jane Strong in particular looks ready to collapse, as do the two hunters. You're going to need to make camp one final time before returning to Bennington.
That's what I see. You found a little child, a little bird.
Did you end up finding your husband?
Found him, left him, buried him from my mind. Are you alright? I look at everybody who's there. I see, the hunt. I don't know the hunter party. I don't know who they really are. But see, they're a bit freaked out. I look at everything else. Are you okay? Are you injured?
Nothing we can't take care of.
Oh, touch. That's such a wonderful news. But we must go back. The doctor, he's still there. We maybe save him. Oh no, he might be dead. He's probably dead. Poor doctor. For Christ's sake, speak to me, people.
What?
The lake. The lake, something happened. There were parties there, and posts. They were looking to the lake, waiting for something.
Mom, I think we should really get out of here. We have what we came for, the girl.
Can't you see the girl is exhausted?
Is she asleep?
She's almost practically passed out. She's sitting down with like her head almost between her legs, and she's ready to just fall over, basically.
Is everyone looking at me though?
Looking at you.
Yeah. Am I able to search her for an item?
I mean, if you try and search her for an item, she's going to notice you. If that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
We
I
might
mean,
need
you can
to
make a
come
sleight of hand check if you wanted, but
Yeah.
you can
What
do
is
so.
happening?
If anyone wants to try and see what Wadsworth's doing, you can make a spot hidden check. On
Hell
his
yeah,
sleight.
we do.
Oh hell yeah!
I mean, I haven't done it yet, but okay.
Everyone sees what you're about to do, though.
Yeah, but that means I haven't done it though.
I mean, if you make the next roll, everyone will see you doing it. Essentially.
What's
So it's if you follow through.
No, I can wait.
So I see you take good care of the people. Now make us a camp. Please.
Yeah.
And I sort of approach the girl and start like petting her head. Oh, poor darling.
What are you up to there, Mum?
None of your business, ex-servant.
Oh my god, I will do a spot hidden check on her then.
I'm just petting her head.
I mean, you can make a spot hidden check if you want to basically do an insight check.
I mean, not trusting Joanne, I would definitely also want to know what she's up.
Oh
Okay.
god. I didn't-
Wadsworth, as far as you can tell, she's just patting her head and comforting her.
So that's a spot hidden.
Yeah. Okay.
Tell me
Juan,
everything.
are you up to anything mischievous?
Well, I'm kind of trying to bond with the girl because I know that this will be the publicity. The girl when we bring her back. So I'm gonna try to be close
Dutch,
to her.
you recognise that Joanne isn't doing anything malicious or trying to pickpocket or harm the girl in any way, shape, or form, but she will be using this for her own gain, essentially. So it's just an insight into what Joanne is like. That her priority here is making sure that she can make a comeback, not so much the girl is safe.
I don't. So Dutch doesn't so much see a problem with that, as long as she doesn't mean any harm to the girl and doesn't have any intent of going back to that lake with the girl.
Okay. Hazel, are you up to anything?
Nah, I'm just exhausted.
Alright, so I'm gonna say you're all making camp for the night?
Yeah, I'm making camp for the girl, me, and potentially Dutch because
I'll make camp.
he's a dear friend.
Okay.
How are we doing watches? I'll take first watch.
You can take first
I'll
watch if you want.
take last watch.
Last watch.
I'll take a
Two more
second watch.
I'll do the third one.
Okay. So, Wadsworth, you are taking the first watch. Can you make me a listen roll, please? Yeah, you have a look out into the forest. It's still very quiet, pretty dead, almost nothing around you. There's still no animals near you either, so you're still pretty close to the lake. You can suss out, but nothing seems to happen. Nothing seems to be following you, at least not yet.
Fair enough. Can I search the girl now that everyone's asleep for a certain item?
If you like.
Well, you remember why I said why I was coming?
Yes. Can I also ask you to make a stealth check to make sure you don't wake anyone up? You successfully managed to stealth in without waking anyone up. You search her person and find nothing.
Oh, I thought she would have the the thing she stole from her father.
She just spent 3 days alone with kidnappers and cultists. I'm afraid to say. Any items that she may or may not have had
Back
were
to the
taken.
houses.
Pretty much. With that, do you wake up the next person for their watch?
Yes.
And that was Hazel?
Dutch.
Dutch, sorry. Dutch,
Yes.
can you make me a listen roll, please?
Sure can.
You're still kind of shaken by the events of the day. It's been an exhausting one. I mean, frankly, the events of the past 3 days have been utterly exhausting. And especially what you just came from. You may have just knocked a man out, maybe killed him. He didn't really seem to be moving beyond that. Whether or not that's the first man you've ever killed, I'll leave that up to yourself. But your mind seems to be a bit too distracted. But apart from that, your watch goes by okay. Again, you don't notice anything. Still no animals around you, so again, you're able to suss out you're not that deep into the forest yet. Do you wake up Joanne for the third watch?
Yep.
You do so. Joanne, could you make a listen roll, please?
Yeah. No.
Again, you don't really hear anything, so you wouldn't hear Wilhelm approaching. As Wilhelm does notice the fire in the camp and does notice it's everyone else around, are you going to approach the camp, Wilhelm?
Yes.
Okay. Do you announce yourself to Joanne, or...?
to Joanne. Joe.
Doctor? I sort of step back from
Is
the
it really
doctor.
you?
I
Thought I found
grab
you.
I grab my gun and I kind of start pointing at them. I've seen enough living dead today. Who are you?
Put the gun
What
down, or I will send you to your husband. You have work to do, damn it!
Doctor, it's really you? How did you survive? I thought I left you.
Oh, you did. You did.
You told me to run. I ran.
You did. I did. I told you to do exactly what I would have done in the other situation. I do not hold any contempt for you.
I sort of wrest the gun away. At this point, good to see you back. What was? Did you hear the sound? The light from the lake. Did you see the lake?
I need to get my hands on one of those crystals. Must help.
A crystal?
Yes. I assume from the big hole in the ground.
That was
We
glistening.
must go back and find one. We must stop whatever they are doing. It's. I think they are opening a portal to another realm.
Doctor, you sound ridiculous. I know we've seen Walking Dead, but other realm? We have the child. We need to go back, bring the child to the father, get the money, get the fuck out of this
The
country.
child and the money is the least of our worries. We must go back. We are the only thing standing between the world and devastation.
My world's been devastated. There's nothing left. I must rebuild.
If that is so, then why have you not gone to your husband already?
My husband is dead.
Exactly.
What do you
As I
propose? We go
as I
back?
pulled out one of the pistols I picked up and say, get on with it.
Still build the pool to the lake, but
Yes, the lake. That is where they are opening this portal.
a mere gun would not do anything. You know that.
You're not listening. Listen to me, Fraulein.
You shouting this at the moment?
I am, yes. I shouted that last one.
Can
I woke up.
Yeah. Can't remember if there's a set like listen skill. There is. Can everyone make a listen skill, please? A listen check.
I'm fucking disturbed, Chet. Oh,
Dutch, you two, if you want to try and make up.
Oh yeah.
All of you sleep through. It's been a long ass day, and you're very, very glad to have actually got some sleep.
wow. A German shouting and no one heard. That's a first.
Very exhausted. It's been a big day for you guys.
Come, Fraulein. We must go back. Leave these. The rest of them. They can take the girl.
I need the girl. We take the girl with us. This is my wife's back to fame. I come, but the girl comes. Deal, the doctor?
I do not know why, but that just makes me even more intrigued. Grab the girl, and anything else useful. Maybe these simpletons have picked up some kind of explosives or weapons. We may need every help we can get.
You look for those, I get the girl. And I gonna try to get to the girl
Be quiet, though.
Quietly get to the girl.
Can you make a stealth check, please, Joanne? You successfully
my
managed to stealth over to Jane. What's your next move?
Little girl, come. We must get to your papa.
Are you waking her up?
I am. Actually, could I be able to carry her?
Not without waking her up.
I take. Oh God, this is going so deep. I take the mink stone that's wrapped around my neck and I wrap it around her mouth so she can't scream, and then I will start tracking her. My God, what have I done? I'm gonna do that, yeah.
You're going to have to make a strength roll at disadvantage then with the penalty dice, because she's going to be fighting this as she is still screaming even through the muffled mink. You can only muffle so much screaming. Jesus! Oh, okay then. You're successfully managing to drag her off. She is still muffled screaming. Can everyone else make a listen roll to see if they hear the screams? It's on you, Woodworth.
God, we're getting away.
Oh my
with this.
God!
I'm trying.
How?
We're
Oh!
actually getting away with this.
None of you wake up to hear this. Hang on.
Oh God.
But the hunter does. As he looks you dead in the eye. Joanne, this woman he's never seen, about to kidnap Jane, he lunges straight for you with a punch. And connects. Cracking you straight in the face, dealing 2 points of damage. In that instant, you do lose the scarf, as her screams can now be heard and everyone else wakes up.
Uh-huh. My God, Wilhelm!
What? What are you doing? Where are you taking this girl? She's been through enough. Damn harlot.
Don't you know who I am? I'm Sean North, the actress.
Your name's gonna be mud next time we get to that town. You hear me?
I sort of flip my rifle, because they don't know I don't have any bullets left now. Because they've seen I shoot one, but I pick that rifle up and point at them and say, "You better let us go. You go your way."
Are we all in the same tent?
Can you make an intimidation check then, Joanne?
Oh. Oh.
You can luck or push if you really want to.
We'll push it.
How are you pushing it?
I will tell. I sort of. Obviously, I don't know anything about guns, but I gonna click the thing sort of so that it's like it's ready to be shot if you make a move towards me.
The hunter backs off, but he still keeps Jane behind him. Ultimately, he's playing protective dad role. He doesn't want her to go. However, Wadsworth and Dutch, you did see Joanne firing a rifle during the fight.
Considering I gave her the rifle and knew that there was only one bullet in it, I would like to grab my bat and walk towards her and tell her that you'd better back off right now and try and intimidate her out and take the doctor with you.
Can you
You are
make
no
an
longer
intimidation-
welcome.
An intimidation check, please, Dutch. Successful, yeah. Joanne, can you make a power check?
A what check?
Power, willpower.
Power.
It's a success as well. So whilst you will probably still kind of keep the rifle up. It's just a question of
Can I spend luck on that one?
Why?
you've already succeeded. You could
Okay.
technically spend luck to make it a hard success.
Ah,
But
that's
this
too
was
much
to
luck.
check whether or not to see if you feel susceptible to Dutch's intimidation.
No, let's stay on the same level, Dutch.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
So
Can I
neither
just-
of you are backing
can
down.
I just go up and slap her?
You can if you want to, yeah.
I'm gonna go up and slap the bitch.
Can you make me a brawl check, please?
You bet.
Oh god.
Meantime, what's Wilhelm doing in all this?
I slap a bitch, good.
Slap connects.
They're all inside the tent, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for weapons and stuff outside the tent.
Can I slap her into tomorrow?
You slap Joanne, and she kind of stumbles, and like the rifle does kind of stop pointing away from you, Dutch.
Grabs it.
You can look around outside the tent if you want to, Wilhelm, but there won't be much to find. I'm going to guess. I mean, no one else had any weapons, as far as I know.
I-
The only one Dutch had dynamite.
I
and
have all of their weapons, but I was sort of staying outside to see if there was anything useful, if they'd left anything outside, and letting Joanne go and do what she needed to do.
Nothing
Can I-
you can find.
Can I grab the rifle?
It would need to be a contested strength check between both you and Joanne to see who would take the rifle.
Can we do it?
Oh dear.
It's a fail for you, Wadsworth, I'm afraid.
Well,
You tried to wrestle the rifle out of Joanne's hand, but no dice.
Can I hit Wadsworth with the butt of the rifle?
If you want to, yeah.
I want to.
Oh god.
What do I roll?
Brawl check, please.
Please, 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 please.
You can
can I-
if you want to.
I will,
What?
because I really want to hit Wadsworth.
Well, I could have spent luck on mine as
You could
well.
have, yeah. Do you want to spend luck on yours?
Yeah, which means you won't have the thing to actually have done that in the first place.
But it would be.
I would say in the
it
struggle,
would
you
be-
would be. I would say in the struggle, Wadsworth, you would wind up with the gun. However, you will take a hit in doing so.
Fine, can I kick her in the clam chowder?
No,
Oh my
I'm
god.
grabbing the gun.
Whatever, I will take the slap, the hit, or whatever.
Okay, she whacks you across the face with the butt of the gun, but you still manage to get out of their hand. At this point,
Can I slap her?
Jane. Oh, if you want to, yeah. Everyone's just like,
yeah!
"Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god.
Can I try to
Slap
dodge
line,
that slap?
Sorry.
Can I try to dodge that slap?
If you want to.
How do I do that? Is it Dex?
Have you got a dodge?
There's a dash under
skill?
art and craft.
There is. Okay, I can. I'll roll that. No.
You fail to dodge out the way of this slap as you once again get connected. It's at this point that Jane starts screaming this unearthly scream. It starts off high-pitched, shrill, piercing through your head as it starts to get deeper and deeper and deeper. Something's not right with her. Something's happened to her. Can everyone make a sanity check with a penalty dice?
That is -1.
Can I just point you to Discord, please?
Mm-hmm. Okay, no, I got your message. You would still hear this scream, so I would ask you to make a sanity check as well.
Which one was it? That was the penalty one.
-1.
I'm deaf.
Everyone apart from Wilhelm begins to see this small sort
Pass.
of
I
shaped
passed.
box as this smoke begins billowing out from it. As this presence from the box begins to start to be felt in each and every one of you.
What box?
As you all take 4 points as you all lose 4 points of sanity. As you all come back into the room, Joanne, if you want to try moving Jane at this point, she will
Yeah.
fight back. But
She will.
kind of rabid now. Like claws and teeth fight back.
Shit. Okay, I'm not gonna try to grab her. I'm gonna try to back away from the tent. I said, Doctor, let's better change your plans. The girl stays.
As you walk out the tent, you see that Wilhelm has tried to abandon you. You can still see him just outside the camp, but he's stood stock still.
A coward! I start following him. Nobody
Wilhelm,
appa-
you are kind of standing there. You recognize the box that you saw from your past as you feel this strong connection with it. As you begin to understand, the servants for Glaaki let you go because there's something else holding on to you. And that something else is pulling you back to Bennington right now. Joanne, Wilhelm, what are you doing?
Doctor, what's he doing? Let's get out of here. Now. Doctor? Does the doctor seem responsive at this moment?
That is ultimately up to N. Does Wilhelm respond to Joanne?
He has a very blank look on his face, almost somber.
Oh, Toad. Idiot. I slap him to try to get him out of the haze.
Can you make a brawl check, please?
Mm-hmm.
You slap him, but no dice. You can push if you wanted to try and snap him out of it one more time.
Yeah, I will. Where's my brawl? Why doesn't it give me the option to push? Do I just roll again then?
Mm-hmm. On the second backhand slap, Wilhelm, you're brought back into reality, essentially.
You would sort of feel a cold steel against the side of your head as you hear a click. And I hold my face. Do that again and you're done.
Then into you, and no, the fucking zombie got you. Worthless. Everybody! Wilhelm is behind the door! I try to shout for everybody in the tent.
Make a persuade check.
Wait, where is it? There it is.
Oof. Lock or push?
I will push it.
How are you pushing it?
You know what? I'm not going to give you the chance to push, and I'm going to pull the trigger.
Ooh.
Okay. At a close range, that'll be done with a penalty dice. So can you make me a firearm check with a penalty dice? Well, a handgun check at a penalty dice.
Literally against her head.
She still has time to dodge out of the way and duck down. You go to click the gun, and it malfunctions in your hand. You're going to spend time to fix this weapon at the very least with a
Ooh, that's
critical
not bad.
failure. Joanne, he's just tried to shoot you in the face.
Oh my
With
god!
that, I'm going to say, if you can still edit your persuade check, you can do it with a bonus dice, because it looks like you've just kind of ratted him out and he's tried to kill you.
Yes, I'm gonna.
Everyone,
quick! And I scream at the top of my lungs.
everyone kind of believes that Wilhelm was the mastermind behind this plot now.
Everyone?
Yep, with the persuade roll that well.
Unless you choose to believe.
Jean-North is very persuasive, you know.
Dutch
an
will
actress.
run out. Dutch will run. Yeah, I was gonna say Dutch will run out with his club, just making sure what's going on outside. If anything, to get them to get her to leave, even if it's not true.
Dutch, he pulled a gun on me. That bastard. I never pulled a gun on you, did I?
You did just now.
I never pulled the trigger. He pulled the trigger on my head.
You deserved it.
He
You
doesn't
wish to
deny
go
it.
to your husband. I was just helping you along.
I wish to smack Wilhelm again for that remark.
Okay, yeah, make a brawl check, please. You
And I
fail.
wanna
Dodge
I
out
wanna-
of the way.
Oh,
I said one more time.
you get 2 more times, you bastard, if you open your mouth about my husband.
Is at this point the hunter is going to come up to you, Wilhelm, and headbutt you straight in the face, dealing 5 points of damage. With that, can you make me a Constitution check, please? You begin to start feeling dizzy as things start to get dark around you. That headbutt was enough to leave you unconscious. Now, I don't know what your problems are, but whatever the fuck is going on here, it can get dealt with back in town. This wee girl's been lost in the woods without anyone to help her for days, and this is what you're choosing to do? Shame on all of you! As he goes back to the tent to make sure Jane's okay and the son's okay as well.
Couldn't agree more. Wadsworth, what say you tie we tie these both up, just to be sure they don't pull anything like this again.
Oh,
No.
Joanne's still conscious.
Do not. I tried to take the girl away because I knew Wilhelm was gonna do bad things to her. I wanna try to make them believe that I tried to save the girl from Wilhelm. I saw him come from the woods and I tried to take her away so he wouldn't get to her.
With your previous persuasion check, I would say that people in the group generally believe you.
I would not harm the girl. I wouldn't do it. I saw Wilhelm. He came in on my
However-
watch.
Jane looks at you, and she knows exactly what you were planning to do. But she remains silent.
You would harm Wadsworth, though.
He harmed me. Did you not see? He hurts me first. Is it not only fair?
I didn't
After you pulled a gun on him, if only we had known that it was empty.
I never pulled the trigger. I
We
just need
both
to
know
take.
that it was empty, Fraulein.
I'd love that. I've got
I just
the
want.
same Fraulein.
It's your fault, yeah.
I just tried to save the girl. That's all. That's all. Let's head to the town.
Oh, it's still
Take
like
the girl.
midnight. You just need to finish off your watches and stuff.
Oh shit! This is also happening on my watch. Oops.
Well, do you know what? With everything that's happened, Jesus Christ, you do start to see like the sun starting to peek out over the ridge. None of you have now had a good night's sleep. If I ask you to make a Constitution roll for the rest of the day, you will be doing so at a penalty dice.
Wilhelm's pretty asleep at the minute.
You're just
Well,
you,
we'll be
you just you still had to get to the camp in the first place, so if anything, like you're getting the equivalent of one watch's sleep. The rest of you, I'm assuming you're going to try and bound Wilhelm.
Yes.
How are you doing so?
I'm assuming we have some rope from the tents.
You could probably deconstruct the tent in a way that you could probably use some ropes, yeah.
Perfect.
As you're taking down camp then, you tie Wilhelm up and just kind of either carry him through the forest, lead him through the forest as well. Is there anything else to do before we continue?
When we leave, I want to stay near the girl.
I would like to keep an eye and make sure that I'm always near the girl and not let Joanne near her, just in case.
Okay. You begin to start making your way through the forest once again, a wee bit earlier than usual. And you do start to see the clearing into Bennington after a couple hours walk. Wilhelm, you have been awoken at this point, still stuck in your bonds. You're kind of being made to walk out now, but hands still tied. Just kind of, I'm assuming, to the rest of the group, do you put him out in front of you all, or?
I'll leave it up to Wadsworth as I'm keeping an eye on the girl and Joanne.
Okay, Wadsworth, do you put Wilhelm in front of you to keep an eye on him? Do you keep him quite close, so on and so forth?
We'll keep him close.
Okay. Wilhelm, any attempts to try and escape, or?
No.
Alright then. You all make your way back to Bennington.
Before we enter the town, I kind of want to grab the girl's hand and see like I'm walking hand in hand with the girl.
She immediately lets go. And like, has no interest in holding your hand.
You can't make sense.
Did they not teach you manners, little girl?
Told me not to trust people who try and kidnap me in the night.
I just tried to save you.
She looks
Darling.
you dead in the eye again. Not a single trust is there.
I still kind of want to walk like side by side with the girl.
She lets you.
Hazel walks up behind them and kind of like puts herself in between Jane and Joanne.
Okay.
And grabs hold of Jane's hand and like gives her a small squeeze.
Joanne, Jane definitely trusts you a lot more at this point. As you all walk back into Bennington and back into this initial field where you found where the gunfight took place a couple of nights before, you find that the rest of the parties searching the woods have also made it back empty-handed, obviously, because you have Jane, as they all look absolutely exhausted. You hear reports about how some of them came back on the first night giving up early. You hear reports of how people came back early due to the fact that they started having strange dreams and just couldn't cope. Some of them look genuinely distraught. Some people are being loaded into the back of vans to be taken to local institutions.
Oh! Wow.
Yeah. 1920s. What can I say?
Yes.
Does one of
You
them
do
have to
also
be
see-
plushie?
We're not ready for a crossover event yet. Let's hold off for next Halloween, eh?
Sure.
As they're being carted away, you also see someone giving an account of a gunfight they had with the kidnapper, who got lost somewhere deep into the woods after being separated with Jane. And you see the dead body of the kidnapper kind of underneath like this white sheet. They've obviously recovered the body and so on and so forth. As you bring Jane back into the town, she immediately runs straight to her father, just getting to hold close to him. It's at this point she also whispers into his ear about you, Joanne. You Lucas Strong looks you dead in the eye as he walks over to you and goes, "You're finished, little actress," and just walks off without a second word, without even paying attention to your reaction. Just goes. The rest of you begin to make your way into town. At this point, you're going to have to make the decision whether or not you unbound Wilhelm.
Sure.
Do you all agree to unbound Wilhelm?
I mean, do we? Or do we hand him over to the sheriff?
Or do we hand him over to the, institute?
I was going to give him a French tickler, but okay.
as you are all making a decision on where to take Wilhelm, a young man begins to start approaching your group as he seems to be very, very interested in Wilhelm.
Oh my god, someone joined the stream!
William, or Bill, could you please introduce your character and then read the letter?
Sure. Hi, I'm Bill. I brought this letter for Wilhelm. Dear Wilhelm, in the years after the nightmarish event of that night of our youth, I have seen many strange things. Only now do I truly begin to grasp the truth of reality and the scope of what is happening in the world. I've tried to mask my way to combat the horrors and make amends for my part in bringing one to our plane of existence. What I have left to offer, what riches and wealth I have, I will put to good use in dealing with these abominations. It is the very least this old coward can do. I could never make myself go back to that little farmhouse and put those events to rights. I too gravely feared that which my friends and I loosed upon the countryside. Nothing of consequence has yet taken place, but with my death, I fear the bonds will be broken and that horror free to come and go as it pleases. Lies not yet taken already weigh heavy on my conscience. The method of delivery for the thing out of this world is still in that accursed house. The translations made by Marion from that book, De Vermilius, Mysterious. I was never strong enough to take on this task, but I have hope that you are. In ridding the world of this, perhaps you will save my soul from hell. For I fear that my deeds have not been good enough to release me from this heavy burden. I do not expect forgiveness of what I ask of you, but please make haste to Arkham in Massachusetts. I fear my time grows short. I still have on me what we found together all those many years ago. Please stick with William. He is an innocent young lad, but in this he will ensure you make it back to me in time. Rupert Merriweather.
Without a shadow of a doubt, I would sort of turn to the boy and hold my bound hands out. Untie me! We must go.
I'm going to take a knife out and cut the ropes.
I turn to the rest of the group. You either stay here and deal with this, or come with me and deal with it all together. Either way, I am not waiting. I go now.
Deal with what all, Doctor? What are these events? What is any of this?
If you wish to find out, you follow me.
Let's go!
Could we at least collect a reward before we go?
In the process of making your way out of town, you will receive your reward. Just a substantial wee bit of cash money. There you go. And enjoy yourself however you see fit. But that is the end of the Amidst the Ancient Trees scenario. This went in ways that I did not expect in any way, shape or form. But I would also like to take the opportunity to introduce the latest player to the Call of Cthulhu continuation one-shot, I suppose. Ian Streams, who will be joining us as William Bill Theodore Wormington, a vet from Massachusetts who has come to call on Wilhelm to meet an old friend, Rupert Merriweather, as he lies on his deathbed.
I feel like everybody else is actually questioning whether Wilhelm's actually crazy or not at this point.
As I would like to say, we gear up for our second scenario, Edge of Darkness.
Oh, yes!
We continue.
Yes! So hyped.
Further decisions on when this will be and like how it's going to take place and so on and so forth. I will have further chats with En and Loso about this. I have suggested late November so we can have a wee bit of time to set everything up, but
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited to keep this going. This is... Do you know what I was going to say? This has been an unexpectedly chaotic group. However,
Unexpected.
I should have expected it. I really should have expected more chaos.
Played with us before, so there's no trust between anybody.
But yes, with the end of that scenario, since you did manage to rescue Jane, I am going to say that you can all gain 1d10 sanity back. So feel free to make those rolls in your free time to add them back to your sheets.
Let's do it
You can
now.
do so just now if you like, yes. But yes, that is all for Amidst the Ancient Trees. I look very much forward to getting to run Edge of Darkness with you all in the future and hopefully get that sorted soon. I will
That
pass
was
it back to N.
amazing.
Again, this went in ways that I was not expecting, but oh my word.
I wasn't like expecting to pull the trigger on Joanne. I just went with it.
Oh,
I thought they
I'm
were
getting
going
a
to
bit
get
of reckoning
away.
inside me.
After those rolls by Joanne and Wilhelm, I thought they were going to get away with a girl.
I thought
Right?
that too.
but then I was just sitting there, just like, hang on, the hunters. What are the hunters doing? Ah! Remember that they
hunters.
still existed. And if I didn't remember, then you probably would have gotten away with it if it wasn't for those meddling hunters. But yes, that was Amidst the Ancient Trees. Quite a fun wee scenario, I must say. Went in so many ways that I wasn't anticipating. I'm going to need to plan even more for Edge of Darkness, I think.
And don't forget, if you do, the doctor has given you a choice to come along, so it is your choice. That was completely spontaneous, but it works. Like, I never coordinated with CM to start that one, but I had no idea
That's
about the
me.
letter or anything. So that was all a surprise to me, just as much as it was you.
All I said to N was that Ian would be joining the stream, and I just said,
Yep.
just agree with what they say. That was all the information I gave you.
And
yes,
you
and if you have
guys still
any-
don't even know what I saw at the lake.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. No idea.
Or the
So,
connection.
like, do you
to the
trust
net.
me?
Nope.
Well, I guess that will have to wait for another time, though, because I'm
that
seeing that counter
depends.
for a raid running down.
Right?
And I will
Yes.
say, N, have you got any final announcements before we raid over to Medicare Bear?
Just make sure that you come along tomorrow night for the fine finale of the Tarun Halloween special. It's going to be amazing. They're going to be up against a slimy bone dragon, a horde of slimy boys. It's going to be awesome. They're not going to survive because I'm going to be doing the combat, and I'm sadistic, so...
We go there.
Oh, we know.
Nothing personal this session, and nothing personal.
yes.
We don't need to.
Just remember, I could have killed you, N, at any time tonight, and I didn't.
Oh, I know. It's been noted. It's been noted. But
I
yes,
got to do
thank you
finally
for
something.
joining us tonight. It was fan-flipping-tastic. And we will see you all tomorrow night, hopefully. We're ready?
I'm ready.
Boop!
I thought I got to run away from combat finally.
Hey.